Deployed. Written by Joshua Betker. Narrated by Josh C. Williams. Introduction. A deployment doesn't begin with a roar of engines or the spray of salt water. It begins in the absolute silence of a driveway at 0400, when the world is still asleep and the street lights cast long, cold shadows against the side of a house. It's the ritual of the duffel bag, the rhythmic clack-zip of heavy nylon being pulled shut for the final time. In that small, domestic sound, a transformation happens. The person who just shared a final cup of coffee, who fed the dogs, and who made sure the oil was changed in the family truck is gone. In their place stands a single, invisible gear in a massive, global machine. The magic of the military is this very transition. It's the quiet courage of a civilian, a baker, a mechanic, or a manager, stepping across their own front door and into the unknown. They carry the weight of their family's pride in their chest and the smell of their home in their gear, moving toward a horizon where they will guard the world while everyone else sleeps. Every deployment starts with that same heavy quiet and the ritual of saying goodbye. It's the long wait that bridges the distance between the driveway and the mission. It is a magnificent, undocumented sacrifice, and it is the heartbeat of every story that follows. Dedication. To the ones who stand in the spaces between. We often speak of your service, but we rarely speak of your soul. We thank you for the uniform, but we forget the person who disappeared inside it so that we could remain ourselves. This is for the moments no one sees. The silence in the driveway at 4 a.m, the weight of a duffel bag that feels heavier with every goodbye, and the quiet courage it takes to become a ghost in your own life for the sake of ours. You have traded your milestones for our security, your presence for our peace, and your youth for our freedom. To the kitchen magicians and the vault dwellers, the ammo bearers and the ghost pilots, you are the heartbeat of a nation that often forgets to listen. You guard the horizons we never have to look at and face the shadows we never have to name. We sleep in the warmth of a fire you keep lit in the coldest corners of the earth. We breathe easily because you have learned to hold your breath. May you always find your way back to the shores that love you, and may you know, in the deepest part of your weary bones, that you are never just a number, never just a rank, and never truly alone. For your sacrifice, which is our shield, for your silence, which is our song, we see you, we remember, we thank you. Chapter 1. The stairs to the basement in Port Orchard didn't just lead to another room, they led to a different century. Most houses in the 90s smelled like rain-damp carpets or wood smoke, but once you crossed the threshold of the senior chief's domain, the air changed. It was a 1,000-square-foot catalog of a life spent in the khakis, a museum of brass, salt, and the kind of discipline that doesn't just retire because you took off the uniform. On the walls, the history was documented in blast waves. There were helicopter view photos of the USS Missouri and the USS Wisconsin, caught in the exact millisecond the 16-inch guns exhaled. You could see the ripple on the Pacific, a circular shockwave of pure power that flattened the water around the battleship like a fingerprint. It was a visual reminder that while his dad was the guy who helped with homework and baseball games, he was also the man who lived at the epicenter of that thunder. Beside the photos hung the board of knots. It was an intricate web of rope, marlinspike seamanship turned into art. Every hitch, splice, and loop was a requirement for the bosun's mate, a language of tension and weight that his father had mastered until he could tie them in his sleep. Next to it sat the pipe, the silver whistle that could cut through the roar of a jet engine on the Nimitz to pass a command to 5,000 sailors at once. The departure was always the same. That duffel bag hitting the floor, smelling like aircraft carrier, a permanent, metallic scent of the JP-5 fuel and nod-skid deck that seemed to follow him into the house.